Jingling of a door chime drew Jordan Coffey's eyes sidelong. Through the diner door came Sam Benton, nodding, taking a stool next to him. "Coffee?" the waitress asked. "What?" Jordan answered. "Sure," Sam agreed, then added, "Must be obnoxious to having the last name of Coffee." "Yeah, I'm stuck with it," Jordan laughed. "Here," Sam announced, dropping a reused envelope next to the man on the counter. It was stuffed with papers. "What's this?" Jordan asked, pulling free several sheets of paper that had been scrawled all over with a child's drawings. Also dropping out was a pair of 20s. "Sam, I can't accept this." "You take that," Sam fired back sternly. "Just got paid. Was just going to spend it on beer." "What makes you think I ain't going to do the same thing with it?" "Well, in that case, maybe consider sharing." The man laughed, and Jordan looked at the drawings. There were several of a hooded man with a bow, eerily reminiscent of Jordan when he went out on the hunt. That brought a smile to his face. "This your daughter's?" he asked of Benton. "Yep," the man nodded, sipping his coffee. "She been drawing you, and some other stuff." Jordan glanced at the other stuff. Men with guns, man with a scrawled face, a scrawl looking like horns. Almost confirming what Jordan saw when he looked at the ringleader of that gang that had kidnapped Benton's daughter. Kidnapped her for what purpose, though? Jordan had yet to uncover that little mystery. "I know where they're hiding, rest of them," Sam whispered. "At least I'm pretty certain. Check that last drawing." The final piece seemed to be rendering of a huge rusted container, the kind of store chemicals. It was a structure that was pretty commonplace there in the valley. "Daughter's been talking to the pastor," Benton went on. "She been saying things. Said that fella she draws with the horn head, he was some kind of recruiter or something. He come from the rusted temple. That's what they heard him say. Said there's a man there that does murder every full moon." "Full moon?" Jordan questioned. "They some kind of crazies? Werewolf fanatics?" "Don't know," Sam confessed. "She only heard him say they was going to take her there during the full moon. Take her there and offer her up to this evil fella. And he'd give him power for her life. My daughter's life." "Damn," Jordan cursed. "Crazy cultists. Don't surprise me, everything I found out at their shack. You say you know where this rusted temple is?" "I know this land like nothing else, Mr. Coffee. Gotta be that place out in Route 50. One shut down a couple years ago. About 10 miles down the way. You can't miss it. I got my shotgun in the truck. I'll come with you." "The hell you will." Jordan shut that right down. "Just got your daughter back to you. Ain't gonna leave her an orphan if things go sideways. No, you go home. Sit by the phone if you can. I'll ring if I need help. And if you don't hear from me in 48 hours, you go to the police and tell them everything. Tell them where they might find me." Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another Solo Play Sunday, the show where I bust out one game or another, roll up a character, make some questionable decisions, and generally hope to entertain y'all. Now, this here's part two of a two-parter starring our hero Jordan Coffey, aka the Huntsman. He debuted during last week's Solo Play Sunday, so check that out if you're curious or need some backstories. Basically, what I do typically is I review something on a Tuesday, a game or a supplement or module or such, and then I play through it on the Sunday. Last week it was the Ultimate Powers book, and we did a little featurette with Jordan showing some Ultimate Powers such. This week I reviewed Realms of Magic on my Tabletop Tuesday, so we are employing Realms of Magic type stuff in this adventure. Now, the cliff notes are like this. Jordan was an investigator of sorts until his investigations actually turned up bona fide magic items. He has a predator tooth amulet that gives him the ability to see through obstructions and disguises, makes him stealthy and some other such, and he has a bow that infuses him with the spirit of the hunt, boosting his stats for a time. Last week, Sam Benton came to him having heard Jordan is a man that can find anyone, anywhere. So he asked Jordan to find his daughter, who'd been kidnapped right out of their home. Benton's daughter was found outside town in the sticks, being held at a shack by a quartet of unsavory fellows for some unknown purpose. She'd been there 2 days and was as yet unharmed. While Jordan was thankful of it, he couldn't guess as to why at the time. Now he knows. The quartet were led by a man that appeared normal on the outside, but when Jordan gazed at the man with the power of his amulet, he saw a cloaked demonic presence within him, giving a great deal of credence to Sam Benton's information. So now Jordan is off to find this rusted temple, the hideout of these demonically influenced cultists. He has no idea what he's going to find there, but I do. So brace yourselves, folks. This one's going to get nasty. Okay, so we're about ready here. We got our map set up. Now this is the abandoned. This is the rusted temple, the abandoned chemical storage and processing plant out on 50 here in the valley. Now, just some quick notes. Well, first of all, Jordan got a little karma from his last adventure, and I have assigned that. He got a total of 165 points. He got awards for violent crimes, prevention of, misdemeanors, local conspiracies, other crimes, etc., etc., etc. So he went and he dumped all those points into his agility, and that got him another point in his agility. His agility went from excellent 16 to excellent 17, which also boosted his health up a point. So there's that little bookkeeping from the last episode. Now, as we said, this is the abandoned chemical storage and processing plant here. Um, Quick note. Okay, here's the bad guys. They're scattered throughout the processing plant. When I rolled up, say, Oracle, how many were it? And the Oracle said several. So I did 2d3 because this is solo play. You don't want to just be like throw 100 dudes at your character and kill them. It's not fun for anybody. Well, we got the boss man over here, and these circles are these are silos for the storage of chemicals and such. The blue ones are inert. If they're punctured, it doesn't mean anything in the short term. The red ones, however, are very bad news. If they should get hit by a gunshot, say they shoot at Jordan and miss, you know, bad things could possibly happen. I'm putting them in there as, hazards in the area, terrain to be avoided, etc. This we're going to rule is a chimney, as it is on the map. We're also going to have, more or less. Now, this is a repurposed tavern map that I bought. It was one of those Pathfinder packs. I bought it at Lost Legion there in Vienna, West Virginia. And we're repurposing it for this, for this little scenario. Room decor and such are going to be pretty much the same. Just it's not going to be a tavern. It's a storage place. So anyway, so we got Jordan, but we also got Sam Benton waiting in the wings, possibly if he's needed, or if there's something weird happens and he shows up. So we'll see. But yeah, Jordan is coming in from off map here, and since he has his stealth power, they are not going to immediately be aware of him. They're going to have to make intuition rolls to have any idea he's out there. Now, typically these abandoned places are just thick with overgrowth, so he has plenty of opportunity to go sneaky and get in on them without raising the alarm. This is a second story scaffolding, not accessible from the ground. This is the only way in from the ground. So Jordan has to come up this way. It's Thermopylae. I'm going to give the guards a passive intuition roll. Their intuition is 4, so they're just going to make a roll. Now they've got all kinds of penalties and such to spot him, and the roll's a 57, so they have no idea he's out there. It's white, even without any negative modifiers from his stealth and so on. So yeah, they have no idea he's out there. So he's got the drop on him. He will get a surprise round. Due to the nature of this construction, we're going to say it's built on the river, as most of these chem plants are. So this is water. He can't really get onto this from the water. He's got to go through here. So that means he's got to do something about these two. The good news is he's got a surprise round. He can draw down one of them. He's going to scout out the area with his astral projection from his amulet first, and then he's going to kind of see what's going on. Now, originally I had planned for this guy to be a sorcerer, but when I rolled him up, the Realms of Magic, which I featured on the Tabletop Tuesday, said, no, he's magically enhanced. He's not a caster. So I was like, oh, okay. So this guy isn't going to be aware of Jordan doing such. He's more of a physical threat in this regard. So Jordan gets to scout the place out with impunity with his astral projection. He gets the lay of the land. And all these folks are showing up with demonic influence. And this guy in particular is like, whoa. He's actually even worse than the guy in the shack. So he's just kind of like, okay, these are demon cultists. I can go, weapons free. Let's just let's just rock and roll. So he's actually going to start off camera here. We're going to say he's off camera over here somewhere. He'll take a shot at this feller. I am going to commit karma. He has he's got 49 points attempt karma. So he has to commit at least 10 when he makes a roll, and he rolls an 85. He starts out strong again. So so he's now he would get a +2 column shift normally. However, he's still using the bow untrained because it costs 1,000 freaking karma to get a talent. So it's going to be a while before he picks up the bow talent. But so he has a -1 column shift for using a bow without the bow talent. So he's actually only got a +1 column shift from, sniping. And his agility when enhanced is remarkable. So he gets the +1 column shift. That puts him. I mean, he's solidly in the yellow. He has to commit at least 10 points because he declared it. That's going to put him in red. So that is a absolute kill result. He drops down to 39 karma. We do an endurance check against the kill result for this fella right here. The damage isn't enough to kill him outright. Ooh, oh, and another 85. This fella's checking against the kill result with a typical endurance. And he gets a yellow. So that is not a kill. So yeah, he just took an arrow, thunk. He's just kind of like, what the hell? That was the surprise round. Surprise is now over. Jordan, let's see. Okay, we're rolling initiative. Jordan will be the blue one. And now he gets a +3 to his initiative because of his insanely high intuition. And he rolls a 10. I mean, they rolled a 9 too, but, he rolls a 10. He's got 13 initiative. So yeah, he's absolutely going first. And 67. And that is another yellow result on shooting, which is a bullseye. You know what? Yeah, he's hit the same guy again. So we need to roll for a kill result because the guy only had 13 health left, and the bow does 15 points. So thunk. Yeah, this guy drops. So he is a corpse. He's done. He's dead. Now the other guy is going to raise the alarm. Now, since it's such a big area and he's just kind of yelling and screaming, I'm going to give these two an intuition check, these two not, because they're just too far away and there's too many closed doors and walls and such. And even these guys, they're going to need a yellow result to hear him. Because you don't hear things back in there. They roll a 63. Oh yeah, and a poor intuition. So that is a green result. So I'm going to say, like, they think they heard something. They're not sure what they heard, but they're just kind of like, do you hear that? Yeah, maybe, So they're just kind of like, huh. So they're going to get up and start moving around this round. So we're going to deal with him first. So he's as a free action, he's shouting the alarm saying, oh my God, somebody here shooting a bow. He's going to dive in behind these crates. He's going to go for cover. He's going to roll intuition to see if he can find Jordan. Good luck. 46. On a poor is a white result, even without modifiers, so no. No, he has no idea where Jordan is, only that he's that way. Now, Jordan, through his amulet, he can kind of see through obstructions and such, so he knows where this guy is. I'm going to give him a shot on this feller, but he's going to need a bullseye. So he's going to commit some karma. He's going to commit temp karma on this shot. And a 38 says, whoosh, that's not great. No, it's a green, and he would need to commit at least 30 points. He'd have to empty out his karma reserve, so he's not going to do that. So he drops his 10 karma. Arrow thunks into the crates harmlessly. And these guys are going to start moving around. They're only at half speed, and they're just kind of checking around things, being like, what's going on? Did we hear something? So we're going to go for round 2 here. This guy's going to, again, intuition check. 93! Oh, he spotted him. He spotted Jordan. Because, okay, so how this works is they have a poor intuition. They have 4 points in their intuition. Jordan's stealth ability is good, 8 points. So he subtracts 8 points from any attempt to detect him. So 4 minus 8 is -4, so he shifts 0. roll. He thinks he's seeing something moving out in the bushes. He's going to fire blind because he knows the gunshots are going to alert folks that something's going on. He's firing blind. So he's going to need a yellow bullseye result to hit our hero, and he rolls a 15. Forget it. So, now these guys know. They're just like, whoa, that's a gunshot. This guy tells this guy, go check it out. I'm going to go tell the boss. So, okay, so round 3. This guy's still holding down the Alamo here. Jordan knows where he is. And he's just like, damn, that gunshot's going to let everybody know I'm here. So again, he's going to fire again. Oh, does he commit the temporary karma? He's already down to half. He's only got 2 more attempts. No temporary karma this time. 76. Might have needed it. We'll see. So he's got his remarkable. He's got a +1. So that's still, no, that's good. I'm glad I didn't commit the karma because it's still a bullseye. That counts as a kill result in this instance. And the fella rolls a 55 on his typical endurance. That's green. Oh god, it's barely green. Yeah, so that is an endurance loss. He loses a rank of endurance. He drops to poor endurance this round. And he is dying. He's bleeding out, as we saw last week on Soloplay. So Jordan only has to wait, and this guy will be done. So Jordan went. Now we're going over to, he fires blind as he's dying. I'm going to say it's probably a negative modifier. And 52 is a green, so he misses anyway. This guy's going to full move. And this guy full moves, and he's yelling to this guy saying, hey, something's going on outside. There's gunshots. He's like, yeah, I can hear that. And they're banging on the wall saying, hey, boss, there's gunshots. Something's going on. So the boss is going to come out, and he's going to issue orders for them to watch the entrance, plan a little ambush, which they will do next round. So, okay, so we have round 4, I believe it is. Jordan. Okay, so the beginning of this round, the guy's endurance had dropped from typical to poor last round. It's poor feeble. This round, he's bleeding out. Jordan's just going to wait. He's going to hold. So this guy's going to fire blind. Ooh, 73. Still a green, so he misses. But yeah, he's making the attempt. He's going down swinging, bless his heart. Now this guy's running. He sees he sees this guy with an arrow in him, and there's an arrow in the boxes, and this guy's bleeding out, just firing blind. So this guy's got his pistol out, wondering, hey, what's going on? What's going on? These guys are going to move into position to do an ambush, and there's no cover over here, so he's actually just going to move here and stay here and cover that entrance there. This guy has to come in through here. And this guy's going to try to make it over there, but he can't do it this round. You have to do it next round. Boss man is just going to stand here behind these barrels and such and just kind of wait and see what happens. He's demonically empowered. He's feeling kind of, like, oh, this ain't a big deal. Okay, so Jordan held his action. Now, let's see the range on this. Okay, so the range is 10 spaces, and the range on this bow is excellent. Okay, so the range on his bow is 6 areas. So he's just out of range to hit this feller. So even though he's held his action, he would have to full move to get to that guy and take a shot. And he's not going to do that. He's going to move up a bit because he doesn't have to worry about being spotted by this guy no more. Now this guy. Okay, so we're going to do a new round. Jordan sacrifices his attack action for that round. It's a shame, but the guy's just out of range and he's not going to be able to move close enough to get him. So this guy perishes. He bleeds out. And Jordan is again waiting. So this guy again keeps running. And he's going to look. He's going to blindly look, see if he can see Jordan. And he rolls an 04, so no. Not only does he not see Jordan, he doesn't see anything else but this guy bleeding out from an arrow wound. And he's just kind of like, whoa. Who even uses a bow in this day and age? This guy's going to full move, get into position over here. He throws that table or that chair out the way. So these guys are going to hold. This guy's going to hold. Nothing from these guys. He can't see what he's shooting at, so he's not shooting. Unfortunately, he's now in range of Jordan. So Jordan, having held his action, He's going to take a shot at him. He doesn't need a bullseye to hit because this guy's out in the open. Well, but Jordan rolls an 0-2. So the combine that with this guy's 0-4 intuition check. Jordan shoots the arrow up over the plant itself, and so this guy has no idea that anybody's even shooting arrows at him. So now we go to a new round. Jordan's going to take the initiative and hopefully roll a little bit better this time. He does not. He rolls a 16. So whiff, another arrow goes whiffing by. This guy is again full moving. I'm kind of running with his intuition check last round of 0-4 being so colossally bad. It's an epic fail, crit fail, that he's kind of just panicking. He's looking at this guy saying, what in the heck's going on? In fact, I'm going to make a psych feat for him to see if he can keep himself together. And it's 100. It's a natty 100, our first natty 100. Holy crap. Okay, so not only is that guy completely together, he is now completely committed to killing whoever just shot this guy. He is in it to win it. So, holy crap. So, he's going to make an intuition check to try to see Jordan. He rolls a 64. Now, on his poor intuition, goes down to shift 0. That is a gray. Or that is, I'm sorry, that's a white. So that is, he does not, if he was 2 points off from seeing Jordan. So he knows Jordan's out there and he full moves, so he can't do anything else. These guys hold. We go to the next round. Jordan shoots at him again. Like, my goodness, am I going to have to start tracking arrows because he keeps missing? No, okay. So now we got ourselves a yellow result. Excellent. That is technically a kill result. Clearance check from, Mr. In It to Win It. He rolls an 84. Goodness. That is a yellow. So yeah, no kill result. He takes an arrow, and he's less than half hit points, but he's just like he got shot, but he's still alive. And because of his natty 100 on his psych check, he is just like, no, I'm staying here. He's going to jump behind the barrels, just like his buddy did, and he's going to fire blind with a 96. What? Who is this guy? Does this guy need his own story arc? So yeah, that is a bullseye. That actually hits. Hold up. Let me check damage on a handgun. I think it's 6. Yeah, our hero just took 6 points of shooting damage. Ow! Now, however, Jordan always comes out with his kit. Now he has your basic, bought it out of the gun supply store body armor. Anybody can get this, not illegal. Don't worry about it. Okay, it's good body armor. So, he gets hit. The body armor absorbs it. He's just kind of like, well, actually, you know what? Since that was a yellow result, no. We're going to say it bypasses the body armor. Jordan takes 6 because it was a bullseye. I'm rewarding that high roll. Jordan drops from 45 health to 39. And he's just kind of like, Christ, I just got shot. And he takes a moment to be like, am I sure I'm going to be doing this? I just got shot. But so they hear the gunshots. They're kind of like, okay, let's see what's going on here. Now, Jordan. Okay, so we're going to go to our next round. Jordan's got to drop this guy. This guy's been hit once, but he needs a bullseye to hit him now. He's not going to commit the karma. He's got so little left. 36. Yeah. It thunks into the crates in front of this feller. The feller's just kind of like, I know you're out there. The feller returns fire with a 45. That is not good enough. That is a white. As a miss. These guys hold. This may go on for some time. New round. Jordan fires again with a 25. Forget it. Guy fires back with a 66. Not good enough. Whew. Okay. Now, Jordan is actually, I'm going to rule he's probably down to about half his arrows at this point, and he's kind of like, I got to do something. I got to do something. He's got to get a position on him. So he's going to reposition himself since the guy, let's see, does the guy track him? Since he made that intuition. 08 says no. So he loses Jordan in the bush. Jordan moves to the north. And in fact, he positions himself at such an angle. He's gonna close in. He's gonna cross the grounds. He's right around here, and he's gonna pop out and shoot this guy. He does not need a bullseye to hit him. This guy doesn't know where Jordan is. I should have committed karma. Didn't think. Darn it. He shoots, he misses. This guy is just kind of like, no roll necessary. He knows, the arrow smacks in front of him, so he knows the guy's behind him. He turns and shoots at Jordan with a 95. My goodness, who is this guy? Another yellow. Shooting as a bullseye. That is a potential kill result. Jordan has to make an endurance check to avoid dying. Now, his vapors enhance his endurance from good to excellent, but I'm going to commit some karma anyway to make sure he doesn't die. 56. Oof. He needs to commit 15 points to live, so he will. So he was down to 29, so that drops him to 14 temporary karma points. He's only got one more usage of temp karma for this session, but he lives. He takes the 6, it bypasses the body armor. He drops from 39 to 33. And dude done shot him. Now Jordan, he's got to drop this guy. He's absolutely got to drop this guy. Oh man, does he commit the temp karma or no? Oh goodness. He's point blank. Dude's right there. Just shoot him. All you gotta do is roll. Not gonna commit it. And it's a 19. I'm glad I didn't. So he shoots point blank, misses the guy. The guy's gonna return fire and start backpedaling. Jiminy Christmas, 96 from this dude. Who is this dude? All right, Jordan has to make a endurance check to avoid dying. Commits temp karma. He's got 14 points, so 75. Good. He's good. Yeah, he's yellow even without the karma. So he is out of temp karma. He takes 6 more. He's down to 27. Since he's having such a tough go of it, I'm going to ask the Oracle. Hey, it's a solo play, so you got to have your Oracle in place. I used to not worry about it, but man, I've seen some videos of it, and I was just like, man, that's. We're gonna use our Dragonbane dice because we're using Dragonbane Oracle. It's like, hey Oracle, does Sam Benton show up to save the day? Oh goodness! And the roll is a 1. That is an extreme no. So no, Sam Benton does not show up to save the day. You're on your own, Jordan. Actually, yeah, this guy shot, so he's backpedaling. He's back on the ramp here. He's not under concealment, so Jordan absolutely has a shot on him. But he's actually going to move to these crates, use them for concealment. He's going to try to shoot the guy down as he runs. With a 26, that's not going to happen. Oh, our hero is struggling. It's not a good day to be a hero. And this guy is going to move and return fire. Why? Why? 92. He bullseyes Jordan. Jordan has to make an endurance check to live. He has no temp karma left. And he rolls a 16. What the crap? Oh my god. Well, there you have it. You know what? Actually, Oracle. Does Sam Benton come out of the, did he see what was going on? Does he come to rescue Sam? Is this guy's fleeting? He don't even know he's killed Jordan yet. Or, Jordan's dying. No. Oracle says, no, this is the end of the Huntsman.
He was a brave man.
It's over, folks. It's over. Oh, dang it. Dang it. Man, I hate it when it goes like that, but what can you do? And this being solo play, you take your chances when you go in solo against the forces of evil. And we saw it wasn't through any fault of Jordan's. The dice just weren't with him this time. In fact, I would say they had taken a set against him. Y'all will notice I gave him several outs at the end there where things got grim. I got him hid behind the crates. I even asked the Oracle for help, and every dice involved was like, nope, he dies. So, the Huntsman Jordan coffee is gone. However, That does open the possibility of another Huntsman taking his place later on. I'm not ruling out that possibility. Someone taking up the mantle, finding his items or some such, wondering what happened to him. Maybe even Benton's daughter will have to look into it. But obviously, his gear ain't going anywhere, and when Sam doesn't hear from Jordan, he's going to call the authorities. So the Rusted Temple's definitely getting shut down, although it'll likely just disappear and pop up somewhere else. So we'll see if I revisit this at a later date. Been doing Marvel Superheroes FASERIP for a couple weeks now. Folks may be itching for something different next week. But that's all there is for this week. Thank you, one and all, for stopping by, giving me a moment of your time. I appreciate you. Now, I'm going to pass turn. Get out there, y'all. Roll some dice of your own, make some memories. While you're at it, pop in a good movie, watch a cartoon, read a comic, drink a little water, and get some exercise. And as always, have a good one.